All right, so we're sitting here with the pedal boards, and I've taken all the pedals off, and inevitably, of course, you're gonna have some residue left. There's a little bit over here. There's a lot over there. I see some residue here, and I have a few scratches, no big deal. Residue here and here. So there's all these little bits of residue. So there's lots of ways to deal with this, because the pedal board itself is in fantastic shape, and specifically I'm using a Voodoo Lab dingbat. I actually really like this pedal board. I want to reuse it, but I want to get rid of the sticky stuff and kind of start fresh. So we're going to need some tools here. Very simple tools. For one, when it comes to sticky residue, something like this, Ronson lighter fuel, is really awesome. You know, you got to be careful, of course, because it is lighter fuel. It doesn't have a strong odor, but you do have to be careful because, again, you're using lighter fuel. But it works really well at lifting off some of this residue. And the other thing that is helpful is a microfiber cloth. Specifically, I'm using this Impact microfiber cloth. It really doesn't matter as long as it's a microfiber. The other thing that's going to be very useful is a peeler. And, you know, I may go ahead show you, I just got this on Amazon. And I think I'm going to give you a link where to find this peeler, because it's really useful for lifting off residue, like maybe price tags, or some of this residue here. So I really love this peeler. I'll put a link to it in the description below so you can find these, and they're very cheap and inexpensive. And these little blades are plastic, but oh my God, are they durable. And you can take these out and replace them. So it's very easy to do. And last but not least, what would be helpful is a heat gun. Now, just so you know, you do not have to use a heat gun. You can use a blow dryer. Blow dryer works fine. I just have a heat gun because I was using it for a lot of other... I'm stopping the camera from shaking. I was using it for a lot of electronic stuff, soldering and putting some shrink wrap. And I got this heat gun many years ago. It still works great. But blow dryer will work just fine. I'm going to show you how to use this. Okay. So the first thing I would do, of course, is after I've lifted off all the pedals and tried to take off as much of the sticky stuff as possible. And so you know, I did it for, like, say there's some Velcro here. This was Velcro, by the way. So I would just lift off a little part of it. You can use fingernails. I use the peeler to get off a little flap, and then go ahead and just pull off the rest, you know, using a pair of pliers. But again, we're stuck with sticky stuff. And what I might do actually is go for the hard stuff first. So there's a lot over here I'm going to get rid of. So here's the first thing I would do is I would go ahead and take the Ronson oil. It's a little weird the way they've got this flap in here, but again, I want to be very careful. I don't want this stuff all over the place. What is great is that it evaporates quickly. So I would... first of all, put some here on my towel, and I'd put a little tiny bit here. Okay, so I can use my fingers to get it wet. And what I want to do is I want to see if it'll work, if I can get rid of it without using the heat gun. Let's see what happens. Oh, actually, it's doing all right. The heat gun will make this faster, so I can get in there. I don't know if you can see it. It's starting to peel off. What I think will happen is the heat gun will work even faster. So I'm going to put it on a low. I put this on a low speed, and I'm going to apply it directly to the residue. I'm just going to give it a few seconds. In case you want to know, it's not dangerous to put heat on lighter fuel like this, the hot air. Your blow dryer will work fine. But, you know, take the proper precautions. All right. So now, look, when I applied the heat, look how easily that comes off. Let me turn this off. So look at that. I could have just dug and just put some muscle into it, but look, just applying the heat, well, applying the Roncinol oil made it easy. Applying the heat, and look, I literally just lifted it right off easily. Okay. So I got a lot of it off. There's still sticky residue over here. I'm probably not going to get more by using the heat gun, but what I will do is, since I've got a little bit here, I'll because it does evaporate quickly, I'll put a little more here. I'll put a little scooch again over here. Let's see what happens. Just by giving it some muscle with this, let's see what happens. Oops. I dropped the the little peeler. Let me see. Oh yeah, look at that, look at that. So that residue is there's a tiny little bit. Look at this. So that residue that was here, I don't really feel the stick. There's a little tiny bit of the sticky stuff here still left, just a little bit. Okay, I'd say that's good enough. So now this area right here is a nice clean surface. Look how easy it was. That residue that you would just dig in and use muscle. I don't know how you would do it. Maybe you use a screwdriver, but it would be a real pain in the ass. But get the right tools, like the lighter fuel, a blow dryer or a heat gun. Comes off on whatever's left. And also a little peeler to get some of it off. And then the rest is really just using your arms and that Ronson oil. So let's see how it works for something like this. Hopefully you can see it. There's a tiny little bit of residue here. And again, rather than trying to peel away at this, what I'm going to do is, again, make sure that there's a little bit of lighter fluid on there. And then let's see what happens if I just muscle through it. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Actually, it is coming off. Yeah, okay, almost done. Couple more scrubs. There we go. Yeah. So you can see it's like it was never there. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see there's more sticky stuff here. Again, pull a little bit of this. I could put the dashiest there to really make sure there's plenty. I'll a little too much comes out. There's a brand new bottle, so I don't know my own strength here pouring this out. But nevertheless, remember, I got some Ronson oil here. I put a little bit of there. All it takes is scrubbing. And you just have to be patient. You'll see it. There you go. Look, gone. Again, like it was never there. Sometimes I like to just feel it out and see if there's any sticky residue that's there. If it's still sticky, but even though I can't see it, I can still feel a little bit there. Oh yeah, that's pretty much gone. All right, let's go over here and scrub, scrub. All right, this one isn't coming off as much, but I probably just need more lighter fuel. Oh yeah, that's it. I just need more of the lighter fuel. Comes off real easy. And okay, so I'm going to do the rest of these. What I want to stress is one reason why the lighter fuel is, I've picked the lighter fuel is because, yes, you can see how easy it is to take off sticky stuff. It doesn't have a bad smell. And number two, it comes off so quickly. There's stuff like Goo Gone that I don't like, because Goo Gone has a smell that I don't like. And when I get the Goo Gone, I get it all over me. I have to wash this Goo Gone that's gotten all over me, and it smells bad. The Ronson doesn't really have much of a smell, and it evaporates quickly. So even if I do get some on my fingers, I don't feel all greasy and gross. But I do wash my hands, so don't forget to wash your hands. Because it is lighter fluids, and even though it evaporates quickly, you still want to wash your hands. All right, let's look here. There's a little bit of sticky stuff there, not a whole lot. Again, I put the Ronson lighter fluid and just start scrubbing. And as I'm doing it, you can literally see it coming off. Got some over there. All right, that's taking care of it. Yeah, there's some residue here. I'm just trying not to use a whole lot of this, so I'm just, for the rest of this, there's a couple more spots. I'm just going to use the, just put it on the towel and start scrubbing. You could, of course, put some on the sticky stuff directly and then put some on the towel and then do it. That works just fine. There's a couple of spots here. There's one little spot there, and I think we're done. So I'm just going to add some more. Whoops. And of course, now I want you to see I accidentally spilled it across, but it's not the end of the world. I'm going to leave it there. It's mostly going to evaporate and then wipe off real easily. All right, gone. Oops. Alrighty. Gone. So look at that. The Ronson lighter fluid has mostly evaporated off. I'm just leaving it alone. And there's one more last tiny little sticky piece of residue here. That's gone. Oh, there's a little bit right there. I just see little spots, and yeah. But those little tiny ones, if you care, they're very easy to take off. And yeah, there is a little tiny piece. Yeah, I can barely see it. All right. Yeah. So now I'm looking at the board. Looks fantastic. Almost brand new. All right. There you go. Let me pull it down. So this is a big difference, right? And it didn't take a lot of work. In fact, it took me more time to talk to you about what I'm using than it did to actually clean the board. So we got rid of all that residue, and now you have a nice surface ready to put the tape down, whether you use dual lock, Velcro, whatever. You can lay it down. You don't have to worry about the residue. It comes off very easily. So again, to reiterate, I'm going to close this. Ronsonol lighter fuel. It is lighter fuel, so please be careful. I recommend doing it in your garage or outside, or if you have a little workstation. Just be sensible about it. Just realize it is lighter fluid, but you're going to be fine. I know lots of people who use lighter fuel like this to take off stickers, price tag stickers, and all sorts of things like that, and they do it just fine. It's not that dangerous, but just, use common sense. This is very important too, the microfiber cloth, because, say you want to use your old cotton t-shirt. It's not that those don't work, but these, you could, but I find them not very effective and a real pain in the ass to use. The microfiber is just an amazing, amazing thing. So please find that. The little peeler. The peeler is fantastic. You saw I only used it in one spot. That was over here to get rid of the big piece. There was a big piece of residue still left over there, and it was also very thick. The other ones over here weren't very thick. I just needed to get rid of them, and I could easily do it with the Ronsonol. But that really, when you have that really big, thick piece, you just can't get rid of. You can try and muscle it, but you're going to hate life constantly trying to dig in. It's a real pain in the ass to get rid of. But using the peeler, putting the oil on top, and then using the heat gun or blow dryer, but using the heat, it starts to deactivate the adhesive. And then as you saw, I literally put the peeler and lifted it all off. It was gone. And then I just had to do a little final cleanup of whatever adhesive was left over. All right. There you go. That's it. That is how you clean a dirty pedal board if you want to reuse it and bring it to good as new for you to replace. I'm hoping that this was helpful. I'm going to put links down below in the description with a link to the peeler, the lighter fuel, and I'm hoping that this will be helpful. I might put a link to a heat gun, but you know, a blow dry works. You don't need a very specific heat gun, not necessary. All right, thanks so much, and please subscribe to this video. I'm hoping to do more stuff like this that I think will help you out in your journey as a musician. Thanks again, you guys. See you soon.